Hey, what's going on, everybody? A little bit more of a casual setting here in video setup, I would say. I'm sitting back in the garden, which if you've seen my previous video, you know what that looks like. Garden's going well. Things are growing. I'm going to cut to some B-roll and I'll show you all that here while I'm talking. But I'm trying to be a little bit more, I guess, casual in terms of the setting and the editing that I put into my videos, because it allows me and helps me to be more consistent with sharing my thoughts and ideas. And those thoughts and ideas that I'm going to be sharing will probably be more broad than just talking about like budgeting and dollar cost averaging and investing, which there will be more of that content coming, considering the economic climate that we find ourselves in. But today I just wanted to talk a little about creating versus consuming. And I've just noticed, and I've seen this in my own family, I've seen this in myself, obviously in society. Western society is the only society that I know, so it's the only society that I can speak to. But there's just a large cultural norm, I guess I could say, of consuming. A lot of people spend their whole lives consuming things, purchasing things, and not a lot of time in their life creating. And I think that the creating is a big piece of who we are as humans. I think there's a lot to it. I think there's a lot of benefit to it. I think that there's a psychological, emotional, dare I say, spiritual benefit to creating things, and those things can take all different shapes and forms. I think you can write a paper about something you're passionate about and share it with others, and that can help people. I think you could build something, you could renovate a room, you can manicure a lawn, you can build a table, you can start a business. I think there are a lot of things to creating. You can write a song, you can write a poem. My wife and I were just talking about her starting a side business, and it would be creating something. And when I was thinking about that, I was kind of thinking about the benefits of this side business, and obviously the financial aspect comes to mind. But even outside of that, I told her, if this business doesn't make a penny, I still find it valuable. I still think it's something that is worthwhile, because I think creating puts you in a different mental space. I think it helps you feel valuable. It helps put perspective on life, that there has to be people out there creating in order for life to continue, and in order for life to be vibrant. Imagine if all of your favorite music artists were just consumers and never created. I went to go see Bon Iver live it was this week, I think, a couple days ago, and it was great. And I've listened to him for a long time, and I'm not really a huge live music person, but I got invited by some friends, and it was so cool. Like hundreds, thousands of people showed up to this place, and they watched somebody and enjoyed somebody and kind of took in something that somebody created, and that has impacted their lives. I can think of so many times going all the way back to high school where the music that Bon Iver created helped me or benefited me, or I was able to reflect upon it, or maybe even learn something from it, all from one person that decided that he was going to create. We think about even the big names out there, Elon Musk, right? He created a company that builds electric cars that impacts millions and millions of people. His vision is to create something or an institution that takes people to a different planet. It's a big goal. But I'd imagine if he's able to achieve that, it's going to be something that impacts millions, if not billions of people. Something even as small, though, I'm working on a little white paper, little project where I'm talking about the principles of a good sales or a healthy sales organization, a healthy sales team, just because that's something that I have experience in. And I'm not building this thing, I'm not creating this thing because I want to make money off of it necessarily. And that's where my mind always goes, because I'm always thinking about finances. But I'm creating it because number one, I think it's healthy to create. And number two, because I want to help people. I think creating things helps people at the end of the day. So I think it's super important. When you're a consumer, again, I think you lose perspective. I think about people that grow up in cities and only consume the food that they consume. They're very detached from where food comes from, and I don't think that's healthy. I think that when you have a good perspective of what it takes to grow something, be that an animal, be that a plant, I think that you gain a deeper appreciation for those things. Maybe you find something that you really enjoy and you want to partake in it. I know that for certain, me just gardening has given me a different perspective on plants. It's given me a different perspective also on the ecological impacts of farming. Has given me a different perspective on, if society ran into some hard times, what it would look like to create my own food, to grow my own food. I just think that creating is a really big deal. So I wanted to talk about that. I wanted to share that with you. I wanted to challenge you that if you find yourself if you find yourself only consuming in your life, to start creating something. Like I said, even for the emotional and spiritual impact that it may have on you. Since this is a personal finance channel, let's talk about the financial side of creating. Businesses start from creating a product or a service. So if you're looking for a side hustle, if you're looking to make some extra income, which most of us are, creating is a great place to start. Think about something that you think you could provide value to somebody with, and it doesn't have to be millions of people. I think people forget about that. If you provide a great value to 10 to 20 people, you can have a great side hustle. I think about when I had my lawn business. I had 10 accounts. I didn't have 100 or 200 or 500 accounts. I had 10 accounts. I had 10 people that I provided something of value to, and they paid me for it. Something very simple like yard work, mowing, weed eating, blowing, a little bit of cleanup, and I was able to make money from that. So if you're able to create something, there's a good chance as well that somebody might find that valuable and you could make some money from. So again, I would challenge you all to start thinking about that. Walk around for a day and think about how many things you consume versus how many things you create. And I would challenge you to work on how much you create and see how that impacts your life. I would love to hear in the comments too. Again, not even necessarily for the algorithm. I'm trying to get that out of my head. For promotion, how many people can view this. But if you're listening to this and you've created something, I would love to hear about it, and I would love to hear if you were able to make money from that. I would love to hear how that's changed your perspective on that certain space in your life. I'd love to hear how that's impacted the way you see the world. I just think that it's really valuable. So I hope you're having a great morning. We will talk to you very soon, and look out for some new videos coming your way. Thanks.